Man, that's good. That's good. If you're not awake, you should be awake. It's good to sing the Lord. When you woke up this morning, not only was the sun up, but He provided all the mercies that you're going to need for the day. His mercies are brand new every morning. The mercies from yesterday are no longer needed, but the mercies from today are here and fully provided for. And that is our God. Well, I grew up in Martin, Tennessee. Anybody know what Martin is? Martin. UT Martin. Yeah, you don't know about UT Martin? Oh, there you go. I grew up in Martin, Tennessee. I went from kindergarten to college in Martin. And I was a Pacer and a Skyhawk. We were Pacers for a little while. We had no idea what Pacers are, so we changed the name to the Skyhawks. And that was great. When I grew up, I played baseball. Any baseball players in here? Awesome. I'm left-handed, naturally. So what position did I probably play? Pitcher? I did pitch. Actually, I was really accurate. And so in Little League, I was great, but they hit on me all the time. I was so bad. Everyone's like, I love hitting against you. I hit home runs. I'm like, I know. So anyway, but I was a lefty, so I played first base a lot. Most of my life I played first. But I caught for a couple of years, and that was fun. And I actually made All-Stars 1 year. 2 years I made All-Stars. Catching. And that just shows how small our town was. But I grew up playing baseball, loved it. So in college, I didn't really play college ball. I wasn't talented, enough to play college ball. But I did play intramurals. And I remember one day, it was an all-day tournament where you just play game after game after game. And our team was really good. I have a tendency to align myself with people that will help me win, because I'm not sure I'm not going to help myself win, anyway. So I got skills, but So anyway, I was playing first base that day, playing softball, and I think we were winning. But all I know is I made it to third base by the grace of God. I don't know how it happened, but I was on third, and the dude at home, he was a right-handed hitter, and he just, the pitch was thrown, and he rocked it to left field, and it was deep left field. So there's like one out. So what am I supposed to do? What is my next step if I'm on third base, and it's a fly to left field, and there's one out? What should I do? Tag it. So I'm tagging up. Here's third base. You can see it. Use your imagination. It's third base. I'm tagging up. The dude catches it. Okay. Now he's deep. He's deep left field, and there's no way he's going to throw me out. Okay. So I take off running to home, and I just think, man, I'm going to have some fun with this. I'm going to do a full-on Pete Rose diving, just all out, just slide head first. So I take off running. Now, something you need to know about that particular day. It was very dusty. It hadn't rained in a while. And so in order to keep the dust from flying up in the air, they started watering down around the bases. Now, when you mix water and dirt, dust, what do you get? No, you get glue. And here's how I know. Because I was running as fast as I could, and I thought, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be great. I'm going to dive. I dive, and I'm in the air 10 feet at least. And I'm just flying. All of a sudden, I land, and I stick to the ground. And I just stop, no sliding whatsoever. And my head goes boom, right off home plate, and just crashed home plate. Just nailed it. I hit it so hard. And so I was just laying there. Now, at that moment, when your friend does that, okay, there's a 3-step process. The first one is this. The first step is, dude, are you okay? Step one. That's very nice. Friends do. The second step is the friend that just fell or whatever, they respond. They say, I'm a little embarrassed, I'm good. And then step 3 is your friend that asked the question says, that was hilarious. And they just start laughing, right? Here's the problem. My friend skipped straight to step 3 and started laughing. He didn't even ask if I was okay. I was just getting up and, dusting off and, trying not to cry a little. So I'm walking to the dugout, and I get to the dugout, and I'm just standing there, and I'm like, hey guys, what's today? Saturday. Cool. That's right. That makes sense. Saturday. What? I see we're on a baseball field. Are we playing baseball? Like, we're playing softball team. Okay, cool. And I was like, I remember I've been left-handed my whole life, playing first. So what position do I play? And they said, get the medic out here. Something's wrong with Daniel. So they brought the medic out. And here's how they did it. I don't know why they did this. But the cop car came on the field. Okay? I don't get it. I wasn't that messed up. But the cop car came out. And the guy that was the university police cop, his name was Buddy. buddy, and his last name was Bone. And I grew up with his son, Chris Bone. And so I just thought it was the funniest thing in that moment that his name was Buddy Bone. So I'm riding in the cop car, and I'm riding with Buddy Bone! And the back of the cop car, Buddy Bone! And I could barely remember it. But I was going there, I get to the hospital, and they're like, yeah, concussion, buddy. So anyway, I got over it in a few days. But the next year, I was able to say, hey, did you get hurt? I had a concussion. They're like, that was a year ago. I was like, I know, I had a concussion. That was nice. Do what?
Concussion is still a concussion.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So anyway, I made a bad decision. And it was kind of knuckleheaded. It was silly. But I had a concussion. And the best thing that happened, probably my girlfriend had compassion on me, so she took good care of me. That was really sweet. But speaking of my girlfriend, I met her when I was in college. Her name is Emily. And today, that girlfriend, we've been married for almost 17 years. Wow. We went to college when we were like 10 and 11, so we've been married that long. But marriage is hard work. It's hard work. Don't expect to drive off the lot with a new car without changing the oil, without maintaining it and doing things you need to do to keep that thing working. Marriage is hard work. The reason they fall apart is people don't work at it. And no, it's hard. You got to search hard. And you got to make tough decisions and love someone you don't feel like they've been loving you back. You have to work hard at marriage. Just tough that one away. 17 years we've been married, and it's beautiful. And it gets more and more beautiful. And the more we work on it, the more we love our marriage and our relationship. But we've been married a long time. When we got married, we had these hopes, we had these dreams. We were both in college. I was called to ministry when I was in high school. And so she felt called to ministry as well. So we were going to do ministry together. So I was on staff at the church as a music and youth director. And we were working together at the church, in ministry. And someday we wanted to own a house, and we want to have some kids, and we want to, do ministry all these years, grow old together, have some grandkids, and then go to heaven. That was the game plan. Well, we found out a few years in, when we were ready to have kids, that we could not have children. And that devastated us in a way I cannot explain. But not being able to have kids was a very tough thing. Because I was a youth guy, and I actually had a couple of students in my youth group that were having kids that didn't want them. And it was like insult to injury. And I was struggling with that. We were struggling with that. And that was a dark road. We walked that road for several years. Slowly but surely, God began to open our hearts to adoption, the idea of adoption. And my wife got there first. She felt like God was calling us to that, and I still wasn't ready. It took me about another year before God was like, all right, you're going to adopt. It's time to adopt. So we started walking down the road of adoption. Adoption is a challenging journey. It's a journey I didn't know it was that hard until we traveled it. But at the time we were living near Chicago, in Chicagoland, about an hour outside of downtown. And we had several opportunities come our way. We had, there was a birth mother in Indianapolis. We drove down and met her in Indianapolis, helped her out, fixed her van, got her some clothes, and my wife felt a baby kick in the birth mother's womb, and she prayed with her for the next few months and walked with her emotionally through that journey, and she wanted to get the baby up for adoption, and we wanted to adopt, and then we found out that she changed her mind. So that fell through. We had another opportunity where there was a little baby girl we were going to have, and we had a shower for this baby girl. That was her pink, girly, cute baby things, and then that one fell through as well. So we got rid of all those things. And then we got a phone call about a baby that was born in Georgia. Now, we're from Tennessee, but we were in Chicago at the time, and so it was quite a piece to be done. But we went to Georgia, and we met the birth mother and then baby, and we went to a hotel because you have to stay in a state before legally you can't leave the state for like a couple of weeks, ICPCs, and there's a lot of red tape involved. And so we went to a hotel, we were going to stay there, and it was the best Christmas day ever. It was the day before Christmas, we got the word, and we drove down there, and we spent Christmas Day in the hotel room eating Waffle House. We saw that it was open. Philly cheesesteak was fantastic, actually. Anyway, we were eating Waffle House, best Christmas day ever, in a hotel room in the middle of nowhere in Georgia. A few days later, though, we received a phone call. We were told that the birth mother, she wanted her baby back. Now, legally, the way it worked out, we could have fought that in court. But God showed us differently what we're supposed to do. And over that week, that was the deepest valley my wife and I ever walked through. The best Christmas day ever soon became the worst New Year's Day ever, when we dropped our baby off at a lawyer's office in Atlanta and drove back home. And still childless, still no kid, still infertile, still without what we wanted so badly. We were devastated, and we mourned. We felt like it was a death to us. Now, it's a good thing when a birth mother raises a child. So it's a bittersweet thing, because that's a good thing. But when you're adopting, it's a challenge to see both sides of that. And now we do. But 2 months after that happened, we went back to Chicago and we got a phone call about a baby boy that was born 45 minutes from our house. So we left immediately. We met a birth mother, sweet, she's kind, and she wasn't going to let us take the baby home that day. She was going to wait while she was still in the hospital, which is customary. But after we met her and talked with her, she decided she wanted to go ahead and let us take the baby with us. And so we got to take him home. And we named him Oliver Emmanuel. And we called him Manny. And it was absolutely incredible. It was incredible. And it was tough, because we spoke with the birth mother and tears in her eyes. Her love for that child was apparent. And today we tell Manny about how much he was loved by his birth mother. We talk about her, and he knows her name. And it's a beautiful thing. It was a tough road. A few years later, we adopted another little boy, and his name, we named him Oakley Elijah. He was born in Salt Lake City. My wife was holding the birth mother's hand as he was born. And he has been a blessing. He's a bit more stinker than Manny is, but he's been a blessing. And I brought a photo to show you of our family. There it is. Cool. I'm the one with the beard on. And then Oakley is in the far left. My wife, Emily, and Manny. And Emily does Manny's hair, and I do Oakley's. And I'll let you decide which one's easier to do. But I look at them, and I have to not think about it, I will cry. I love those two little dudes so much, more than you can imagine. And they love me. I'm the dad, and we have a great time. They like to wrestle, and we have a wonderful time. But you know what scares me is, go ahead and leave that up there. What scares me is that me and Emily, our dreams, they could have worked out. Our dreams could have worked out. That scares me. Because if they had worked out, I would have never met Manny and Oakley. It scares me. And I'm thankful that God took our dreams, crushed them, and said, here's something far better. Now, in this life, you're not always going to be able to look resolution square in the eyes. There's always going to be dissonance. There's always going to be a struggle. And you may never know the outcome or the reasons why something has happened until we get to heaven, or for years. I can squarely look Manny and Oakley in the eye and see that God is faithful. But there are other areas in my life, like my mom passing away too young. She got cancer. I don't know why he did that. I don't get that. If he allowed that to happen, she passed away. And I don't understand. Someday, in glory, I'll get some resolution. And there might be circumstances that you might see resolution to in the next year, in the next day, in the next decade. And there might be some things that you're just like, I don't get that. So this morning the sun rose. And you didn't have to think about it. It's pretty cool. There are a lot of little things that happen that you don't really realize happen and kind of take for granted. You want to think about it. But God was in complete control of that process. He even made the supermoon thing happen. He was probably like, hey, watch this. It's going to be neat. It's going to get real big, you know. Superman. There you go. He did that. He did that. You didn't have to worry about that. Your circumstances, he knows full well what you're going through. He knows exactly what stuff you got to do in your class the next day. He knows if you're going to turn it in or not. Man, I do my syllabus better than I did the material sometimes. How many days can I wait before I get a B and C? Anyway, sorry to confess that. But he knows that. He knows where you are. And he knows what your circumstance is. And here's the beautiful thing. He's not left you alone in that process. He is right beside you. He is with you. We just sang a song. I know who goes before me. I know who's standing behind me. The God of angel armies. The God who rose the sun today. He's with you, beside you in that process. Knowing your circumstance, growing you, becoming more what he wants you to be like. I believe with all my heart I'm a better person because of the valley I walked through. Do I want to walk through it again? No. Do I want my worst enemy to walk through that? No. But I can see that God has done something in me to make me more like him, refining me. And I can see that he was with me. When I was in that valley and I looked around and I felt all alone, he was actually right there with me. And he's with you now. Though you might not feel it. You might not see it. Richard, come on. Richard's going to play the cello. And, I want to share a song that I wrote about this. How's it going, man? Welcome to chapel. Belhaven. Is this your first time? Mine too. This song is it's called Stained Glass Window. Last week I walked on water. Today I'm sinking low. And your hand reaches down to me and hold me up. All the dreams I had are shattered, all scattered on the floor. The last time you picked up the pieces, you held and dreamed some more. 'Cause we're making stained glass windows, every piece a different shade. All broken and then put together like a big mistake. But when the light shines through, the colors form a tapestry, 100 different images of how you keep loving me. Oh, each moment you are with me, each word I hear you say helps me understand and trust in your highways. All the roads that go through valleys, oh, they help me cling to you, God. And when we find a mountaintop, oh, we'll dance the whole day through. 'Cause we're making stained glass windows, every piece a different shade. All broken and then put together like a big mistake. Cause when the light shines through, all the colors fall inside the street. Oh, broken and put together like a better state. Oh, and when the light shines through, the colors won't tell me stay. 100 different images of how. Oh, and when the light shines through, the colors won't tell me stay. Yeah, 100 different images of how. Oh, you keep loving and you never stop loving, and I know you never will stop loving.